formerly of Derbyshire, now of Essex, and the Welsh Fire. Outside edge, sent back.
And we're seeing the same scenario with Manchester losing 4 wickets during that period.
Oh, well, tried to cut it away, and it's the end of another set. Welsh Fire need 100 from 51.
Hiring is step one when it comes to our growth. We can't open a new shop or a new location without the right people in place. I couldn't keep up until I found ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps us get out there quickly and get us qualified candidates quickly. They sent us applicants that matched what I was looking for. I've hired for every role: entry-level technicians, service advisors, store managers. ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
ZipRecruiter, rated the #1 hiring site. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/Willow.
100 needed, 50 balls, and even my maths reckon that's a roundabout to a ball.
I think it might be 2.
Yeah, good. Glad we've ironed that one out, Lisa Sthalekar. Dre Russ into the attack. Just taking a catch after shelling one. Didn't get the runs he wanted. Might see a few rockets here. Chipped up just into space, though. No pressure on David Miller and Matt Critchley, but it's pretty much got to be them.
Well, it has to be. You just think of who's still to come, and you know, Miller, we've seen what he's been able to do around the world. And the problem is that it's a dry pitch. It's starting to really grip and turn, holding in the surface as well, which means it's not a step and hit type pitch. And when you're chasing 2 runs a ball, that's what you want. So they're going to have to be a little bit more inventive.
Well, oddly, do they try and target Andre Russell here? You look at the spinners. 10 balls for Hartley, gone for 7 runs and taken a wicket. Parkinson, 5 balls, has gone for 9. Stubbs has bowled 10 balls, gone for 6 and taken 2 wickets.
And then you've also got Sean Abbott. 1 for none, and he bowls a lot of cutters at the end. I think it's something like that as well they can do. So you don't necessarily need to find the boundaries. Yes, it'd be nice if you could do it. But if they can get up and down the pitch and you take the pace off and there's big gaps, big pockets, then you can get to a ball, and that might just create and force a loose one for them to capitalise and find a 4 or a 6. That's another way you can break down this chase.
Not anymore for David Miller. Spoons it straight to Wayne Madsen at extra cover. Russell has his wicket. The fire being quenched quite dramatically.
Yeah, something that Andre Russell does well is he bowls into the pitch. He bowls those little cutters. He bowls like hard length. Sometimes hard for you to get away, especially if it's not coming on. It's a little bit harder. So Miller goes for 7. It's 54 for 6.
Doesn't make for happy reading for Welsh Fire fans. 5 for 11 in 16 balls they have lost. Their batting is, I'm afraid, it's horrible at the moment. Top score of 126 in the competition. That's in 3 games. As for the Manchester Originals, you know, with a comp where the top 3 go through out of a table of 8, probably afford to lose 3, maybe 4. So it's still a long way for them. However, it's amazing what happens when you win a game and a run can occur. You've got the players that they do. Pretorius greeted with a short delivery from Andre Russell. Another 5 goes by, 54 on the board. I reckon about 2 nanoseconds after he hit this, about there he knew.
You can see his head was actually looking a little bit squarer. And because it held in the wicket a little bit more, he played it out in front a little bit earlier than what he wanted, and that's why it went straighter. Andre Russell getting an applause.
He's got his little corner.
Is Darren Sammy in that corner?
He's been his biggest cheerleader today, hasn't he? Maybe he's just fielding there as a wider signals so that he can just have more conversations with Darren Sammy. He's just over there, mate, if you want a word.
Catch it.
Ariel again, firmly thumped. Oh, and is it gonna go? Is it gonna go? It is. As hard as Sean Evett tried, as Tristan Stubbs. I'll do the sentence completely again. As hard as Tristan Stubbs tried, couldn't cut it off.
He was actually in off the boundary as well, so that he had to get the angle perfect.
Hey! That's stop draw, Tommy boy. Okay, I got it. Come on, Tommy boy.
Yeah, so the ball went up in the air and...
Oh, get it!
One thing I did see before Manchester Originals ran out, Andre Russell was the last one. The physio was just applying a bit of deep heat. I said, is he winding you up and getting you ready to go?
Get it, Tom!
Wonder what else they could be talking about. Look, there he is. There's Sammy. Centre screen.
Catch it!
It's nice, isn't it? They're buds. Single taken to finish that set. 63 for 6.
Parents, we plan, encourage, and guide kids, finding their strengths and not strengths along the way. And like you, we don't just see the student, we see the possibilities, the greatness, right from the start. At Mathnasium, we discover how each child learns, building the foundation that unleashes potential and transforms lives. Mathnasium, changing lives through math.
Avatar.
Bucky! Happy with his line and his line.
There it is. Very slow. You can just see with that action, actually, just the air that he does give it. Maybe bowls 45 miles an hour, something like that.
Wait.
Barely gets up. There's no pace.
There's not a lot of bounce on offer as well now. Typical leg spinners, they walk in nice and slowly and then they just start to accelerate.
Oh, the spin chip to safe. No problems. It's gone dead straight. Horribly timed by Critchley. Again, just holding up a little bit through his shot. But only 5 fours and 1 6 in this innings so far. And it's about this time, with 86 required off 38, that caution goes to the wind. It's not Critchley's fault or Pretorius' fault that they're in this position.
Well, the other thing to consider as well, and it's something that we see often in a lot of these domestic competitions, is the net run rate. So whilst everyone may be at home watching going, well, go hard. Get all out if that's the case. They actually want to get as close to the target as they possibly can.
But I'd argue when you've not won a game all year and your 3 defeats from 3 games.
4 wickets in hand, 84 off 36.
Get it whacked. There you go. Bit like that. 80 runs needed from 35.
Just held in the pitch, played nicely off the back foot by Pretorius. Such a strong man. Doesn't matter whether it be on the front foot or the back foot, he's got the power to find the boundary. He can be a dangerous player. We have seen that for South Africa. We've seen it in other domestic competitions as well. Oh, they'd absolutely love it if he could get going.
Paul Walter being brought back. Sure, there's many Manchester Original fans eager for Walter to get into the wickets column, or any particular person who's got them in their fantasy team, like me. Oh no, that's not going to help the fantasy team at all. That has been sent many a mile by Pretorius. You mentioned it, Lisa Sthalekar. Sat up, and that has the distance and more.
Yep, just grabbing the ball as well. I'm not sure about the throw. But slower delivery into the pitch. This is the wrong length for a guy that is so strong. And we already mentioned off that back foot, but also in that hip area. It's like a baseball swing. Such a good striker he is.
Change the angle. Come over the wicket this time. Good running as well. Phil Salt had a lot to do. Excellent from this pair. But you're right. It is, isn't it? It is a baseball swing with that left leg just opening up and accessing the swing from the hips. All of that power.
That's why these competitions go against what, you know, young cricketers are sometimes taught. Foot to the pitch of the ball. But if you can swing the ball like that, then that's excellent. So it's something that all young kids should practice, and the best way to do it is actually just get a low full toss thrown to you and just try and hit it as hard as you can.
Ranked up to 84 on the power meter. Something like, I don't know how many people use washing lines anymore, but if you've got a sheet, a bed sheet over the washing line, get someone to feed the ball to you, practice whacking it in the backyard, in the back garden, whacking it into a bed sheet. I don't think those who washed the bed sheet will be overly impressed, but still. Swing and a miss. Through it goes to Salt. 70 from 30.
Do you hear that beautiful sound? That is the sound of the world's simplest back pain relief. The Chirp Wheel Plus. Get yours at gochirp.com.
From 30, Critchley and Pretorius. Partnership 26 now from 17, so a small ray of light for the Welsh Fire.
And they have got it down from 2 runs a ball. Sean Abbott comes back in. He's had a tough time of it of late in the 100, and also he was playing Sri Lanka recently.
Not having a tough time tonight. He is dead-eye, yet to concede a run. He's picked up 2 wickets, he's taken catches. He's a big part of why the Originals are heading towards victory.
And he's known in Australia for the Sydney Sixers to do exactly this. Very good death bowler, because he can hit all your different lengths. The key length there was the Yorker. Yep, just snuck it under the bat. Critchley goes for 7. It's 80 for 7.
Funny, isn't it? You look at players and look at someone like Jason Roy, who's going through a real tough time at the moment with the bat. But it's amazing how one game can just completely change your outlook. Another cricket. Chasing the wide one, understandably so, from Matt Critchley. But it would just take 1 innings, maybe even a shot played by someone like Jason Roy, and the switch is flicked, and the player returns, and all of that's forgotten. And look at Sean Abbott tonight. Sure, I thought that was through him at first. Away gets Zampa. And the two will know each other very well.
Yeah, that's the thing they do, don't they? Both New South Wales players spend a lot of time in underage programs. Play obviously for 2 different sides within the Big Bash. Adam Zampa for the Melbourne Stars, but Zampa's come back to the New South Wales team.
Oh, he's going to get another wicket, surely. Walter takes the catch. If anyone was going to reach it, it was Paul Walter. Zampa's short stay means that yet another one is doused for the Fire. Their evening nearly done.
Yeah, clever bowling. Last few deliveries, he's gone low, full tosses, trying to go for that Yorker length. This time he goes into the pitch. Zampa giving himself a bit of room, was nowhere near it. And he's the type of guy that keeps going for his shots. He goes for 2. 2 wickets left, 82 for 8.
Are you wasting money on overpriced car insurance? Jerry saves the average person $71 a month. They compare lower quotes from over 50 carriers in 45 seconds. So stop wasting and start saving. Visit getjerry.com.
3 wickets he's taken. David Payne. Oh.
Make the power. Competition chances, you would think, go, having played 4 and lost 4 for one of these teams at the end of tonight. It's the Yorker right this time. And come back or not, Butler does well. Keeps it to just the 1. Pretorius going downtown. Power meter, what does it say? 82. Has anyone got more than Deandra Dottin today yet? 84 she had. Pretorius had one that was 84.
Andre Russell had one that was 92.
92 was it? There you go. We missed that one. Much like he missed that catch earlier.
That's cheeky, Dooley. I'm not taking that on my mate.
Well, you expect nothing less from me, would you? Oh dear. Took a goodie afterwards though.
I'm jealous of your sweater.
The way we saw in the women's game earlier, didn't we? Potts put one down, and then within the space of 6 or 7 deliveries, she took a good catch.
Same position as well.
Yeah, you just got to bounce back. Sean Abbott, how good's he been? Slower ball, short ball. Oh, how was that? How was that? He was a little bit loose here, Payne. I'm not sure whether he got his bat back in time or not. Very lazy.
Yeah.
Listen in.
Okay, we've got an umpire review for run out. Just looking at the footies now, best side on angle. Bears off, back grounded behind the line. I'm ready for my decision for the big screen.
Well, that's out. That's out, stumped. Abbott's got another one. Well, I can't call that a run out. I've got to say that's stumped.
Oh my goodness. Man. Good awareness by Salt. Oops. That's terrible.
I just thinking to myself, I mean, is that a run out? Surely that's a stumping. We'll debate that one. We'll debate that one a little. I'm not sure he was taking off for a run. Just because the keeper stood back, can we still call it stumped or not?
Well, he was out of his crease, not attempting a run. I think it's a stump out. If I'm Abbott, I'm claiming this wicket.
Absolutely. Give me another one. Put another one in the column. Good work anyway from Salt. What's he doing? He's just put his bat down at the short of the line. Goodness me. It is stumped. Well done. Sean Abbott, throw another one in the wicket column. How good's he been tonight, Sean Abbott? Brilliant in the field, couple of good catches.
Yes, and yeah, he just broke the back out of that Welsh batting lineup. Again, 97 for 9. Could not chase down 130 at home against the Phoenix. They're definitely not a chasing team.
Well, the batting has let them down. I thought their bowlers did a good job tonight after Butler and Salt got off to such a good start. To restrict the originals to 149 was exceptional from the bowling unit. But once again, the batting side of things has just let them down completely.
Yeah. 13 balls, 8 runs, 4 wickets. Can he get a fiver?
Pace off again. It's just difficult for Ball. I mean, it's not his job. And try and get Pretorius back on strike. The only one that seems to be able to do a little bit of damage at the moment.
Yeah, he just needs to survive this one. 15 deliveries left. Pretorius could swing to the hills.
Pace on that time. Flies through to Salt. Ball, a little surprise with that. 85 mile an hour. 53 runs needed still and 15 balls remaining.
What a performance by Abbott. Exactly what Butler needed from him. Yielded 4 wickets in the end. Welsh fired. Well, the batting didn't turn up for him. There's that cut-off time.
Parkinson, a little bit of leg break, floats that one up.
Look at Pretorius on the other hand, shaking his head. He's not happy. He wants the strike. He might not get it. He might have to wait next game.
Now, there's a chance for two here. Do they take it or not? No, Pretorius says no. No interest in taking two.
He wants a piece of the pie. But Parkinson will have other ideas. He's going downtown here for sure. "13 balls left, 52 needed."
Needs 18 off the next three. What does Parkinson do? Does he go slow and floaty outside the line of off stump? Does he bowl the wrong ends, use the big side of the ground to the leg side of the right-handed Pretorius? Timed it well into the gap. This one should be at least two. It's going to be four. It's going to be four. A despairing dive from Abbott.
Oh, he could do something wrong tonight. Probably the only mistake Abbott have done tonight. Got there. Oh, just couldn't keep it in.
Not enough for that, I don't think. Coming round at mid-wicket. Holds on to it. That is a good catch. Tristan Stubbs. And that is a fantastic win at home for the Manchester Originals. Once again, the Welsh Fire fail to put a decent number on the board, chasing. Bundled out in 89 balls for just 102. The Originals post their first win.
Victory at home. The women set the tone earlier this afternoon. Pretorius trying to go big. Could not get it. Man in the dip. Good catch by Stubbs. Butler is happy. Much needed victory at home.
Yeah, high fives, low fives, handshakes, all sorts for the Originals. Hear that noise in the background. It was the hovercraft on its way out nice and early. The ground staff getting the job done. And for those men in red, Matthew Maynard and Gary Kirsten and the coaching staff and backroom staff, some work to do. They've been well and truly outplayed again, having what I thought was a decent bowling effort. 149 for 9. We weren't sure was going to be good enough on this particular surface, which looked quite good. But in the end, proved to be well and truly enough, Darren, and a good night, a good performance with the ball, which is also something that the Manchester Originals have been missing. They haven't had a good bowling effort yet.
Yeah, they've been struggling defending the totals they've put on, but not tonight. A struggling Welsh batting lineup, not good in chase. They did the business, led by Abbott, getting 4 wickets. But what a time to bring their first victory in front of their home fans. The women did it. Maybe that's inspiration. And Andreas still got me in awe how he dropped that cedar. I'm going to check him afterwards.
Well, didn't cost them anything at all in the end. Backed it up not long after, and the rest of the bowling unit and the fielding was very good from the Manchester Originals' point of view. Certainly not a capacity crowd by any stretch of the imagination, courtesy of perhaps not winning any of their first 3 games. So maybe they'll be back for the next one. But those that did come along to Emirates Old Trafford tonight and have enjoyed a very good win. Manchester Originals, 149 from their 100 balls. And the Welsh Fire, in reply, just never got going. Clark out for 10, Banton 3, Hayne and Duckett. So all of their power